Taylor?
What's she got that I don't?
I
can tell you one thing that I've got that she doesn't.
A dick! Alright, sup bitches, Cat here, and we are back to the Tesla effect.
Well, hello, boys!
Mr. Murphy, you need to come with us if you want to live.
Seriously?
Just kidding. What was going on in there?
Tell him.
You know the drill.
Oh, come on.
Why do so many people around you end up dead?
Vehicle compliance tracking? What? Item inventory, what? Okay, quick defense. Quick defense.
Well, it's not because I killed them, if that's what you're implying. At least not usually.
Did you kill Margaret Leonard?
No. PI 303? I have to.
Come on, Danwich. If I killed her, what'd I do with her head? Eat it?
But we keep walking in on you with all these dead bodies. You must be the unluckiest guy in the world.
Search for a motive?
Whoever offed Margaret Leonard either hated her guts or was completely bonkers. I mean, why would someone decapitate her?
I don't care why, I just want to know who.
Wait a second, how do we even know it's Margaret Leonard? I mean, maybe that's why they took the head.
Yeah, that might have worked 100 years ago, but now we've got apps for that. We've already got a positive ID.
It's kind of fun, isn't it? I mean, kind of working together, bouncing ideas, sharing information. I mean, what if I said I had some information might help your investigation?
I'd say you were withholding evidence.
Now, I said I might have something.
No, you said you had something that might help.
Yeah, oops. Look, Danwich, you seem like a stand-up guy, and I know you don't want any vigilantism, so I'll play it by the book. I think I have video that might have been shot by the guy who killed Margaret Leonard. I'm just gonna hand it to you and hope you'll cut me some slack.
It's on your smart, Alex? Let's have it.
I want one of those. How do you not break it?
The guy in the video's Mason Bowers.
And this is the guy you think was abducted. The problem is there's no evidence of anyone being abducted, so I can't investigate. My hands are tied.
Well, mine, as you see, are not.
I may have seen this guy before on some kind of surveillance video.
A surveillance video, you say?
The video could have shown you in your apartment talking to an elderly lady. There may have been another man there as well, a mutant of some kind, who might have jumped you. The elderly lady, in theory, could have appeared to have injected you when you were restrained. In the ensuing struggle, you might have been knocked out on the fire escape.
And when would Bowers have shown, hypothetically?
Right after you were knocked out, tore through the apartment in pursuit of the old lady.
So everything that I've told you matches up, and we're both looking for Mason Bowers.
Are you familiar with a program called VCT, Vehicle Compliance Tracking? All cars come with sensors that report when one is out of compliance. For example, when you have your right front headlight shot out, if you could access the VCT database, which is illegal and highly inadvisable, you would find a list of all vehicles with the right front headlight shot out. If you could provide more information on the vehicle, you can access an ID and an address from the registration.
Any chance this might have been the vehicle seen in the Maldonado surveillance video?
I gotta get back to work, Murphy. If you got questions, ask them. And then stop wasting my time with this speculative nonsense.
Well, Why am I asking about Zach?
I know who Zach Williams is, and who his associates are. I'd advise you to keep your distance.
Photo.
Don't recognize the face. Sorry.
Photo of Margaret.
That's Margaret Leonard? I'll have to take your word for it.
And suspicious speeder.
A speeder with a broken headlight on the front passenger side? No idea what you're talking about.
You're a laugh.
As soon as I got back from the new San Francisco Police Department, I had an urgent message from Rook. It seems Rook had a soft spot for Margaret and wanted to bring her some justice. He told me he had another interested party in the Tesla cache, a Count Saint Germain, who was staying at the Golden Gate Hotel. Maybe he could divulge some answers.
Okay.
One hears a great deal about Tex Murphy on Chandler Avenue. To what do I owe this pleasure?
Oh my god.
Word is you're a big fan of Nikola Tesla, or at least his stuff.
Yes. Your local pawn shop has a remarkably extensive offering of Tesla paraphernalia. Certainly the largest cache I've found this side of Belgrade.
You mind if I ask what your interest is in Tesla?
I gather you're at least somewhat familiar with the story of the Tesla cache? I believe some of the items Rook has were part of the Tesla cache, but he refuses to divulge how he obtained them. I presume from Margaret Leonard, or some third party who got them from her.
It's shocking. Rook normally would cut off his right arm if he thought somebody'd buy it.
I've spent many years searching for something. My hope is to find a clue as to its whereabouts in Tesla's letters or journals. But the trail has led me here. Tell me, Mr. Murphy, do you know the name J.T. Donnelly?
Yeah. I mean, I
Vaguely.
just heard about it, but he was a PI, and he lived around here back in the 1940s.
At the Ritz,
Yeah,
in the very room in which you now live.
Gross.
An intriguing connection.
Yeah, I mean, it's interesting and maybe a little weird, but it's not a connection.
But it's so much more than that. Back in Donnelly's time, there was a man known as the Sleeping Prophet, Edgar Casey. He made a compelling case for the belief that most of us have lived past lives.
You're losing me.
Come now. You've said on more than one occasion that you felt as if you'd been born a century too late. A man out of time, as it were. Tell me, do you have disturbingly realistic, vivid dreams of another era?
What? You know about my dreams? I must be getting incredibly broad-minded in my old age. So what are you saying? I was J.T. Donnelly in a former life?
We could explore that possibility, but first, have eggs ever appeared in your dreams?
Oh, I love eggs, of course. Poached, over easy, scrambled. I mean, they're certainly nature's wonder food.
They are.
There are affordable accommodations in better parts of the city. Something could have been drawing you specifically to the Ritz. Don't you agree?
Yeah, cheap rent. Could you maybe help me out with these memories? Help me interpret these dreams?
If you could find this egg, or even put me on its trail again,
Fabergé egg.
I have certain techniques, such as regression and channeling, that could help you recall past
He's a bad
events. And, I should add, the egg is worth a fortune, which I would gladly pay.
He's a bad guy.
We talk for a few minutes longer, but I tell him I need to get back to the case. This is way beyond my comprehension. Mystical eggs? Mind regression? Past lives? It's boggling. Margaret spoke of an egg being held by a religious fanatic who prays. Was it the Tesla egg I found in the wall at the Ritz? If so, it would have been there for over 100 years. Does it have some sort of channeling power from the person who possessed it? Well, Mason Bowers is still the key. I need data for the VCT so I can find out who kidnapped him. I better start asking around.
Wow.
Time for some good old-fashioned detective work. You should talk to potential witnesses and see if they know anything about the suspicious vehicle involved with the abduction.
Well, that's definitely Zach. But yeah, I don't know a whole lot about this series. This is the first Tex Murphy game I've ever played, but in trying to research this a little bit, I have heard of a Fabergé egg. That's probably what that last guy was talking about. But looks like I have to go up and down this street to ask everyone about this new guy and the egg and so on. So I'll start with Holly, because she's just here.
Hey, Tex. How's your case progressing?
Suspicious speeder.
You're talking about the speeder I saw take off after the shooting? What I can tell you for certain is the last 2 digits on the license plate. They were the numbers 6 and 3.
Okay, you were of no help, boys? I'm sure she was of little help. This flamingo shit needs to open up or something. These dicks are still not here.
You know, Murph, I think we make a great team. What can I do for you?
Margaret's photo.
That's the most recent photo of Margaret Leonard I could find. Like I said, she's been out of circulation for a while.
Rude. Suspicious speeder?
No.
Edgar Case.
He'd go on into these weird trances and talk about past life stuff. You know, pretty intriguing until you get to where he starts going on about Atlantis.
Margaret Leonard.
She's dead? And she was living right here for years. How do you always find yourself right in the middle of everything? You have a gift, my friend.
Okay. Pointless. All right, Rook.
Hello, Murphy. How goes the investigation?
Suspicious speeder.
The speeder that flew away after the gunshots I heard? I'm not sure what type it was, but I did notice that the interior was very unusual. It was, all white.
Margaret?
I'm quite certain she was on the run from someone or something. I took care of her as much as she'd let me. I'm very sad she's gone.
Tesla cash?
Yes, I'm sure that Margaret's items came from the Tesla cache, though the pieces she gave me to sell weren't nearly as valuable as rumors would have you believe.
Okay. Go talk to Mojo.
Of all the face-melting food joints in all the towns in all the world, you walk into mine.
You little shit.
Would if I could.
Really? Nothing? Nothing about the speeder?
I think everybody's pretty happy that you're back to your old self. Except Rook. That ornery old cuss. No pleasing him, I guess. How are things going for you?
You want to tell me something I didn't know?
So this is the speeder you think took off after those gunshots and the abduction the other day. I do remember seeing a vehicle. I didn't get the license plate or nothing. I just saw it was one of them nice Pandians. The Bi-Turbo XL model.
Thanks, buddy. Alright, you better give me something this time, Zach.
More questions? Why you gotta keep coming back with more questions?
Zach, just please tell me something.
Yeah, there was a speeder that took off right after the gunshots. Saw it in my rearview mirror. I got a thing for high-end speeders. This was a 48 Pandian. Sweet ride.
Alright, thank you, Zach. Finally.
Wow, that is crazy what happened to Margaret Leonard. Is everything okay with you and the cops?
Yeah, the cops would love to pin it on me, but I think it's all tied to a Mason Bowers who was abducted outside the Ritz a couple of nights ago. I'm just trying to find anybody who might have seen something.
Oh, well then you probably need to talk to Sapphire.
Sapphire? Sounds like some Greek oracle.
Well, I don't know if she's Greek or not, but she's definitely exotic looking. And she's one of your fellow tenants. Her door's decorated like a French nightmare, but it suits her business. So, if you hear any noises you can't identify, you might want to come back later.
Okay, just tell me about the speeder.
Not a clue.
Fuck you. Margaret Leonard?
It's a damn shame what happened to that little lady.
Okay.
And I'm not crazy about what it did to her apartment either.
So, I gotta... Oh, wait. I gotta go back here and knock on Peach's door.
Well, this is a nice surprise.
Oh! Genuinely surprised.
Sapphire. What a beautiful, if somewhat misleading name.
Thanks, Tex. You know just what to say to please a lady.
None of these make any sense, so I'll just put on Pommel Horse.
Are you a gymnast?
So, what brings New San Francisco's sexiest PI to my door? Business or pleasure?
Oh my god. On the clock.
Let's start with business.
How disappointing. Well, we could use that home gym in there to work off some stress. I'm sure you wouldn't mind a happy ending, if you know what I mean.
Well, yeah, I mean, yeah, that's all anybody wants, right? I mean, and they lived happily ever after, that kind of thing.
Fine. You don't want to scratch each other's backs. But what if I don't play ball? Can we still rough and tumble?
Oh,
Well, Sapphire, don't make me twist your arm.
You can't make me talk.
We can do this the hard way or the easy way.
Excuse me? Are you threatening me? Because if you are, I'd love to see you try the hard way. I'm sorry, Tex. I got carried away. I didn't mean to hurt you. At least not like that. Do you forgive me?
Aw. I guess let's try to be nice.
Oh, you're not getting off that easy. It's going to cost you a few minutes of tedious questioning, and then maybe dinner and a movie at a much, much later time.
I'm all yours, Mr. Murphy.
All right. Oh my god. Okay. Tex.
You're a tough guy who thinks he's above the law. What girl doesn't like to get a little turned on by that kind of man?
Abduction on Chandler.
First, I hear people running around up in your apartment. Then, this speeder lands outside. I hear some man yelling and screaming outside the Ritz. Then, he runs off with some other people chasing him. After a bit, he comes back, and I hear him outside my window. Sounds like he's talking to himself. Then, 2 other guys catch him, shove him into the speeder. Then, I hear gunshots, and the speeder takes off.
Ritz Hotel?
It's not the nicest place in town, but you can't beat the price. It's a live and let live kind of place.
Okay, 3 Cars of Midnight.
That's not my kind of store.
Taylor?
What's she got that I don't?
I
can tell you one thing that I've got that she doesn't.
A dick! Louis?
Gets along with everybody. Makes great food.
Great food. Memory loss?
I only met you a couple years ago, so I don't know what you were like before. But I like what I see now. It ain't just your ass that's bad.
Holly?
So spunky. And I love spunk.
I bet you do. Mason?
That's the guy you think got abducted? I saw him around a few times coming to see you. I thought.
Carlos?
That scumbag detective has been watching me for months.
Shit. Zach?
Runs the electronics shop, though he's hardly ever there.
Rook?
Rook's one of my best customers. His tastes aren't as old-fashioned as you might think.
Damn! Inspector Burns?
But that place will literally kill you.
Oh, I bet it will. Clint?
After Clint took over ownership of the Ritz from Nilo, things got a lot better. He even removed all the bugs and hidden cameras.
Photo of woman?
No idea who that is.
Freeze gun?
Now, what would I know about that?
Margaret's photo.
That sweet lady used to live here.
Yeah, I know. Suspicious speeder.
It looked black, or midnight blue at first. But when the light hit it just right, I could see that it was actually close to Sapphire. Which, of course, I would remember.
Of course. So it's a blue 48 painted on turbo something something. I think I've got enough information to check this ID on this
Well,
car.
I finally gather enough data to identify the kidnapped vehicle. It's registered to a company called Cezanne, and the location appears on my map.
Okay. Well, we'll leave this next location for the next episode. So thanks for watching, guys, and I'll catch you later.
Oh,